think you had mentioned something about a remote location with no electricity.
Oh yeah. So that happened on this second music video that I was making, this low budget one. My very first try to do it without a team, to do it on my own, with just friends, you know. So the music video is called Tiger. For that video, we went all the way 300 kilometers outside of Moscow. What is it? 220 miles. Let's do it for the American audience. Outside of Moscow. And it was a long drive. We had all the equipment taken with us in our cars. We had 3 cars. We arrived at like 10 p.m. We woke up at 3:30, and then we were shooting for 23 hours or something nonstop. And then
Oh
we
my
decided,
God.
because people needed to go to work the next day, we decided to drive back. And on the way back, I was literally falling asleep. It was the only time I was literally falling asleep while I was driving. And
Yikes.
all of us had to stop at the gas station and like sleep for like power nap for like 10 minutes in order to make it home. It was
Yeah.
like so challenging. But so we went to this place. It's a beautiful art exhibition. I found it and I realized that, oh my God, we have natural set. It's like a movie set, and you can just go there and record whatever you want. I asked for the permission. We agreed with the place. They had a lot of giant art installations just in outdoors. So it's like a micro Burning Man, like
Oh,
a
that's
micro
cool.
tiny one, because it's very small,
Yeah.
but it's very, very artsy. All these weird buildings and constructions, and everything has a meaning. And so we chose several of those key locations that we want to be in, and we were doing the shoot throughout the whole day. And one of our ideas was to use their house with a lot of little holes. They have this old looking house, and it has a ton of holes, like holes like with this kind of diameter, maybe even smaller, like
Has it been like
different.
shot up with bullets, or why are there holes in it?
I don't know how they did that. I don't think so, but I don't know, maybe drill.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's different diameter, and it literally is. It's like a strainer. That's how the house looks.
Wow.
So it's like every the whole surface is filled with these little holes. So the idea is when the sunbeams go through these holes, it creates this amazing effect. But in order for you to see that effect, you have to have this little smoky, you have to have smoke inside of
Yeah.
the house, because then you'll see the light beams falling through this beautiful holes in a very beautiful way, right?
Mhm.
So the whole idea was to bring the generator and generate a bunch of smoke, and then create this beautiful visual. So we arrived there. It was the idea in my head, but then when we actually had the actual generator, which we were supposed to roll towards that house, we realized that it's not designed for this kind of roads, because the house was in a remote area, and you had to walk through a tiny little handmade bridge to get there. And so there's no way, just no way, just forget it. And at first, the whole team was like, okay, we should skip that location. I was like, no, I saw the photos. They look so good. We have to do that. We have to do that. We have to figure it out. So we had 2 guys who smoked
I was
cigarettes.
gonna ask, do you have like
No.
vapors on set? Just
Well, it was before. I think it was before vaping
Oh,
was a
okay.
thing. It was
So
just
old
normal
fashioned.
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
traditional
yes,
cigs.
old fashioned. Yeah, that's a second music video a while ago. And so I asked them to smoke a lot. Poor people. I'm like, guys, can you just smoke? And so they really tried. They're like, they really tried. It was not enough. So and they I think they started having this hand spins or something. Then I stopped yelling at them. Remember, everything for art, right?
I tell every day that
So
you're asked to smoke while at work or during a project. Oh my god.
So we brought something, some cardboard or something that we found that we burned inside of that house, and it generated enough smoke. So that
Okay.
was our solution. It was not as smoky as I thought, so we didn't have this, like layers of beans, but we ended up being able to capture this right angle and stuff. And I was dancing in this inside of this house as the light beams were like shooting through me. It was beautiful. We didn't achieve the very like stage like effect like they have in photo shoots, but it was close enough. And keeping in mind that we didn't really have any capabilities to do any of that, I think it was a successful achievement for that specific location.
Yeah.
And if you want to watch this video, it's called Tiger. It has a lot of very interesting locations. I think we had like ended up having like 5 locations, and I also have very like artsy, avant-garde almost outfits. I also worked with local designers, and it just the whole video is like a piece of art. And so yeah, that was another crazy story of that house. On that shoot, we had a lot of stories as well, but that one is the one I remembered right away.
I love that feeling of being hit with an obstacle and having to get creative and come up with a solution. And
That's
you
the
yeah,
best.
it feels really
Yeah.
good when it actually works and you're able to get it.
Yeah.
I've had some
Yeah.
issues with fog machines too. We had one shoot where we ran out of fog juice and someone went and tried to buy more and we couldn't find any. So we ended up trying to like home make the fog juice with like ingredients found on hand, and it ended up
Oh,
kind of working.
interesting.
It wasn't really ideal, but you have to get creative sometimes. So
You know they
Actually,
have
that's very exciting. Oh, I'm so sorry, Chris.
no,
I
go ahead, go
interrupt.
ahead.
This is very exciting to overcome some such any challenges,
it is.
and to feel that anything, literally anything, can be achieved if you put your mind into it, and if you believe that it will be achieved, and if you come into it with a creative spirit, and this innovative, like try to think outside of the box. It just gives me so much pleasure to solve this kind of unsolvable tasks. I feel like it's the strength of like every person who does this kind of productions, and it's very satisfying for me to overcome this kind of challenges.
Well, you definitely have to have that mentality going in because so many times things do not go as anticipated.
Yeah.
Like, there's a teeny tiny bridge and we have a giant fog machine that will not fit on this teeny tiny bridge.
Yeah.
But in case you guys were curious, for one shoot, we did have to have like a smoke effect, but they have canned smoke, which is super useful. It's just literally an aerosol can of smoke, and you
Yes.
just spray it around. And it doesn't last for very long, but if you're in a pickle, that will work.
I learned that too late
Okay.
after I needed it.
Same,
Well,
same.
But it is
I'm
handy.
curious. I'm curious to know what kind of like recipes you came up with when you were trying to make the fog juice. But
I mean, this was so long ago, I can't remember, but we were obviously on the internet trying to like on weird forums trying to like
Mhm.
vinegar. I honestly can't remember. It was probably more than a decade ago, but
I mean, it sounds
just
inventive anyway.
random shit. And like we kind of got a little smoke, but it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a huge success. But
But we tried. You tried.
bring the can next time. Yes. Yeah. But
The
with
next
that,
time we recorded the next music video a couple years later. We were recording in this old house, and we had the purple animal masks on. I was
okay.
also collaborating with this wonderful hat piece artist. They did a lot of masks for Bjork and other like big movies and stuff, and so we collaborated on the project. And it's like origami, but it's a
Mm.
very artsy one. So like all my dancers had the different animal hats on, and we were dancing, and they were made with this this origami style, and they were
Mhm.
purple. And I also wanted to smoke, but that time no generator was needed. So I had this. There was like I bought these sticks with the I don't know. You burn them, and they keep creating the smoke for a
Oh, like
period of time,
incense?
Like
for like
incense?
15 minutes. No, but it's like a lot of smoke. I don't
like
know
a
what's
like
it called.
We all freeze?
Yeah,
Or did
and
I
you
just
hold
freeze?
them and they keep creating smoke. I remember we've been doing that. I don't know what's it called, but yeah, but it was very successful then. I learned my
like
lesson.
smoke flares or something.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay. Well, we've got a lot of ways for anyone listening. You need smoke.
No longer network.